Rotational grazing has a lot of benefits, but this is not one of them. And these wallows didn't just happen overnight. This is a product of our 3 Idaho pasture pigs, wet ground, needing refuge from the heat, leaving them in one area for too long. And from a distance, the land looks pretty good until you come up on patches like that and like that, and you realize this is what's underneath. Once you start mowing, these little bumps and divots and rocks really wreak havoc on your lawnmower. And this is part of the learning curve. You know, if you don't try something, you'll never learn truly. But we spent the last year moving our pigs throughout the property, which sounded like a great idea at the time. And we love the health benefits, not only to the pigs, but also to our land. If you watched our previous videos or followed us along in our homesteading and farming journey, you'll know we started the pigs as piglets in this area. And we learned really quick they like to root. And we moved them down around this area. Our chickens are there now. Going around the curve. And as you get closer into spots like this, you're thinking, man, that grass looks pretty good. But all those little divots, and you can't necessarily tell this until you get on this area with the lawnmower. And we continued along this path right here, all the way up there. And that's the section up there where it got really bad. All the ruckus. Good Lord. Y'all have made a mess. But this is the reality of homesteading. Yes, they will be due to move pretty soon too. You can see the other spots we moved them from. The chickens are up there. We follow the chickens behind the pigs. The other spots aren't quite as bad, but you can tell after a week's worth of rain, this spot has had it. And then we finished our pigs off in that area back there. We ran them through the woods, and you'll notice our potbelly pigs out there, they don't really root as much, but that's the section that got hit the hardest because they were up there the longest. That's where their wallow was, and the land definitely paid the price for that. So today our friend Ernie is going to bring his tractor and his tiller. He's going to help us to smooth out all of these wallows and these bumps throughout the land. And once he's done with that, we're going to sow some seed, rake it in real good, water it, and hopefully rejuvenate this section that they tore up pretty good. The future goal is to have other animals in there, and we didn't want a bunch of wallows or potholes or anything like that that could hurt either our mower or any of the animals. Well, we're out here with our buddy Ernie, and he brought his tractor with us. He's going to be doing some of the work on the land to till it up. We appreciate him and his family, the Hess family. Your YouTube page is the Old North State. Appreciate Ernie and all his help and his advice helping us young farmers out. All right, we're going to let him get started. And now that Ernie has finished tilling up the land, it's my turn. I'm raking it out to smooth it out. Then we're gonna overseed it with some rye. And we'll rake that in pretty good. That way that if it does rain, it doesn't wash it away or any animals or birds come and eat all the seed that we just put out. It is pretty windy out here, and normally I don't like to spread seed when it's windy like this, but while I've got everything ready, I'm going to go ahead and overseed our chicken pasture out here. It's supposed to rain a couple days, so it's good timing on that. Just in case you are wondering, if you do pasture raised chicken, you're essentially a grass farmer too. And while we're out here, we're just going to go ahead and water it in a little bit. It's supposed to rain in a few days. I just want to make sure we don't lose the seed. A lot of time and money going into that. And this was just a rye grass overseed we do in the winter, and we do this each year. But just want to take a minute and water it in real good before we call it a day. And guys, I just want to encourage you as we finish up for the day. This isn't failure. This is a learned lesson. You know, rotationally grazing is awesome. We are going to continue to do it. Unfortunately, we just picked the wrong area for our pigs. They rooted a little more than we had planned, but you learn from it. Some of the best lessons you're ever going to learn in life come from mistakes and what you seem as failure, but really it's just setting you guys up for success in the long run, because it's real life lessons that you can use and also give back and teach other people, which is what we try to do with our YouTube channel. And a huge thank you to Ernie for coming out and helping us till up the wallows that the pigs had made, leveling out the ground. And we appreciate you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next video.